Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thrive Thursday. I'm Jill Bakke. I'm here with Jen Fredericks and Lori Kuhn. We're from Thrive, a human development company. Jen wrote an article this week that went out. Hopefully you got it in your inbox first thing this morning. The article is called This Time It's Personal. And if you get our stuff, you see we do write personal stories. We write about things that are really important to us and relay our journeys through personal development and through awareness and things like that. And so Jen took that angle today and wrote about something that's really personal for her. So Jen, would you give us a little bit of information in case people didn't see the article yet, and a little bit of how you got to the place of writing it and your inspiration for going personal this morning?
Sure. Well, it was time. It was time to get personal. I was ready to share what my catalyst was to get into the personal development game for myself, and then how that led, into me being in the personal development game for everyone else, to help elevate everyone that everyone I come in contact with. So there was a point in, after my 3 decades, late in my 3 decades, where there was a lot going on. I have been very resilient in my life through chronic illness for myself, and I had certain coping skills that really served me, and they served me very well until they didn't. And the catalyst for that was someone very close to me also being diagnosed with a chronic illness that I now had the job of helping shepherd the person through their chronic illness. And I was a freaking mess. I don't know how I was upright. Anxiety kicked in, uncertainty, all empowerment for myself was gone. All empowerment for this person that I care so deeply for was gone. And I just remember sitting in my driveway in my car while the rest of my family was in the house, who were very, very supportive, friends and family and work cohorts, surrounded me with love and support, but it wasn't enough. And I was sitting there in my car crying so hard, but completely inaudible. It was just that deep, deep, soul-wrenching, inaudible sob that no one can hear, but you feel through your whole body. And I just remember thinking, I don't want to do this anymore. I had never, ever had that thought before. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I don't have any more left in me. I was soul tired, and I knew that there were some people in the house that needed me to keep doing it, and so I let it out, and I kept going. And I kept going to the point where the anxiety, the disempowerment was physically manifesting itself for me, where then I couldn't get out of bed because I had such horrible stomach pain, and I didn't want to eat, and I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't breathe deeply. Everything was a shallow breath, and I was like, this isn't a way to live. What don't I have right now, or what am I not aware that I have right now to put into practice to allow me to thrive like I was, to allow me to be resilient like I was with my illness since I was a teenager. And I just started searching, I frantically called EAP. I need help. I'm sitting here crying in my car. I don't know what else to do. They're like, great. We think it would be good for you to see a therapist. We can get you into one in 4 weeks. Are you kidding me? It took everything in my being to call you, and now I have to wait what am I going to do for the next 4 weeks? Well, I knew what I was going to do. I went to my primary care doctor. I got that, little bit of medication I thought that would help me calm down and be able to breathe fully. And it kind of helped. It did enough until it didn't. And I started thinking through some of my other skills that I had learned myself to help me get through my chronic illness, and remembered, I did some guided imagery when I was getting ready for some surgeries. That helped calm that anxiety. So I started doing some of that. It wasn't quite enough. Okay, well, I need some help there. I signed up for a mindfulness-based stress reduction course, which was really great and helped me bring me back to my awareness, and started giving me glimpses of my power within situations again. And then I also found out that I was being laid off. Like, okay. Okay. So like, oh, what am I gonna do? I don't know. And then something triggered me to remember, oh, I know this person who, from a different life, who is doing some personal development arena work. And that seems interesting to me. So I ended up having a coffee meeting with this person. And it was her. And I thought, this is amazing stuff. I could see this kind of helping me. And so I ended up signing up for Thrive Coach Skills training at the time and learning some wonderful skills that helped me stay upright and get through and work through my anxiety. So those are the things that helped when I didn't connect with therapy, when the anxiety medication wasn't helping me as I knew it could or should or how I wanted to feel. And the reason I wrote about this was because I want to encourage everyone to know that you could be in a place where I am, crying inaudibly in a car, and wanting some help or guidance in how to make life better for yourself. Or if you're sitting in your cubicle at work thinking, I'm really kind of bored, I'm kind of tired of living this, what can I do? Thrive and the tools and concepts that we share is a tool that can help you elevate yourself in life.
I love that message that it doesn't have to be from the pit of despair. You don't have to wait till life gets so hard that you can't see any other potential option than to reach out to some friend that you think maybe is, has learned some stuff. It doesn't, you don't have to wait to that point. And that's something that, we talk about that a lot. Like, how can we reach people before it gets so hard that battle is bigger than it needs to be? So how do we tune into that voice that says, I think there's something more. Wow, I think I could be happier. Or I wonder if there's other things I could be experiencing or feeling or playing with, and really learning how to experience life in a new way without having to get sobbing in your car. Not that wasn't a beautiful way to get there. That's how I got there as well. Right. And parts of your story are that as well. And that is one way to get there. And yet it doesn't have to be a pit of despair in order to start elevating and figuring out how to do better and how to experience things differently.
Because it's our birthright. I realize that now. It is our birthright to truly enjoy our time on the planet and all of the experiences that are offered to us on our journey on the planet, whether they be through suffering or through loving or through connecting, or there's a whole beautiful array of things that we can experience. And when you come from a place of experiencing it from your power and how you want to navigate it, it gives a whole new meaning to the word life.
How about for you, Lori? You read the article. What stands out for you, and how does it relate to your journey?
Well, just from what you guys were saying, so oftentimes we get in a position where we think life has to be hard. Anything worthwhile is a challenge. You got to work, overtime for it. And so, like you alluded to in your article, you don't have to white knuckle your way through life. Life can be this beautiful blessing of synchronicities and fun and just really joyful experiences. It doesn't have to be, what next.
Right. And the other thing that I feel compelled to highlight, the circumstances of the stress of your life hasn't changed. You still deal with a chronic diagnosis. This person that you love is still working through that experience. You never went back to the corporate job and the steady paycheck where you can zone out at your desk all day. So the challenges of life didn't change. No, they didn't change at all. And in fact, they may have even intensified in some ways. And yet your ability to find joy, to find contentment, to find peace, to stay aligned with yourself, to serve others from a place of grounded strength and knowing that there is more to the experience than just the suffering. it's not that your circumstances changed and your life got better. You got better and your life got better, and your circumstances now have less impact on how you're experiencing them. And I think that is the magic that we're talking about. Is it's not that you landed your, well, you did land your dream job, but it's not that you landed your dream job and all of these things fell into place.
Yeah.
Life has not fallen into place.
No.
It hasn't fallen completely into place for me. It hasn't fallen completely in place for you. That's not the answer. The answer is, who are you being while the world is moving around you? And that's what you've learned in your journey.
And I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Yeah, and I liked how you summed it up. You got better, so your life got better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Absolutely.
You get yourself better, you align what's inside of you instead of trying to align everything outside of you, and then the outside naturally starts reflecting what you've done inside.
And what I so love about that is anybody can do that. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what your scars are. It doesn't matter what your trajectory is. None of that matters. Everybody has the power to find that place of peace and strength and truth within themselves. And that's what we help people do.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaking cool.
It's really freaking cool.
Awesome. Closing thoughts? Anything else that you want to put a bow on, or you want to make sure people know?
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things I said in the article is that my vote is for you to work on you every time. My vote for me is to work on me every time. So I still get some twinges of anxiety.
Hello, human.
Hello, human, right? But now I know that my vote, my trust, my worth is for me to work on me every time, and from there I get better, and so my life gets better, or my experience with that anxiety or the situation causing that anxiety can get better. And I have found a wholeness in my being that allows me just to kind of purposely float through life, is what it feels like for me. And I'm really comfortable with that in such a good way. Not a complacent way, but just a way of being able to enjoy.
Any closing thoughts for you, Lori?
No, I kind of like what Jen said about floating through life and experiencing it in this joyful way.
Yeah.
And that kind of sums up your article. You have all this and you've experienced all this trauma, and yet you can sit here and say how you're floating through life and enjoying it. And I think that's a beautiful testament to what we help people do and what you've done for yourself.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for a very personal and true article and sharing your story. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate being able to chat with you in this way. We welcome your comments. We would love for you to get into the conversation. We have new classes starting up in January. ThriveHDC.com has all of the information that you need to get connected with us, whether it's through one-on-one coaching or a class that we offer, or through meditation, or if your company is ready to start having better conversations, we'd love to talk with you about that as well. So until next week, we will talk to you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.